Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Snakes on the Plane. Just wanted to quickly say thanks so much for your continued support. Sorry for the bit of hiatus. Been crazy with schoolwork recently and midterms. My dog broke her leg and needed surgery, and it's just kind of been one of those when it rains it pours moments over here. But nevertheless, have some really cool snake stuff coming out. Just wanted to share this older video with you. This was way back before I released the Hurricane Xanthic, but we have so much more out there and so much more still hatching in the incubator. So hope you guys enjoy this really cool clutch of spider, pewter, het desert ghost stuff.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Snakes on the Plane. Today we have a pip, so you know what that means. Snakes are coming out of their eggs, they're cutting their way out with that little egg tooth, and we are going to be cutting the rest of the clutch to see what we got and get them on their way out. Just want to say it is late here, so off to my right, I actually have my rodent room, so you might hear a couple little squeaks and squabbles as they're messing around in there right now since they are nocturnal. Speak of the devil, there they go. Other than that, I'm very excited to get this clutch cut. I've actually been in my snake room a lot more than I normally am because I do have the most exciting clutch of the season coming out of their eggs. It's already been cut. I'm not going to show that footage or anything, but you will see the cleanup here in just a couple days. Super excited for that. Most exciting clutch I've ever cut in my entire life, ever had in my entire life, I should just say. The whole clutch is just phenomenal. So anyways, that is coming out. This clutch though is actually in between split clutch, a breeder loan with Aquatic Oaks Creatures and Creations and Snakes on the Plane. So they will be getting half these babies, so make sure to go in the link in the description below. Check out their amazing stuff. They make custom cages. Almost all my racks come from them. Highly recommend their cages and their racks, especially their boa cages, just phenomenal. And so that can all be found in the link below. They also, of course, will have some of these babies, so if you want to see some of these babies or you inquire or want to inquire about some, that will be where we will be going. So the point with me saying that I've been down in the snake room a lot is obviously this baby looks like it just started cutting its way out. I mean, I was probably checking on this clutch, and by checking on it I mean like shining my light in the incubator maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, so it really wasn't that long ago. And I'm assuming anyways it was probably even shorter than that, because I mean it's only made one little cut, and usually what they do is they push and they cut, and then they continue to do so by pushing their nose against the egg. And so there's normally going to be a bunch of little cuts, because that one right there doesn't quite look big enough for it to pop its head out yet, but we will see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my normal setup. I already have all my tools sanitized and cleaned and scrubbed. I'm just going to get everything set up here to start cutting these eggs. So it'll be just a moment, guys. So I'll do the one that was pipping on its own first. Usually when these guys start pipping, they're usually going to be quite a bit more caved in or smushed, so I can at least like get a grab or like get a little bit of the egg right here. I can't do that. I mean, it's still pretty full. That's probably why there's so much spilling out on the side, and maybe even why the baby had a hard time making a little bit of an incision there. But I can definitely see it in there right now. There is some folding of the egg right here, meaning that it's basically dehydrating, and you usually see that a little bit earlier. This is actually day 59 of these eggs, so you usually see that a little earlier than this, but in some cases they don't, and they're gonna go a little while longer. Then it's gonna take a longer time for the baby to come out. But I'm just gonna carefully and slowly cut the egg now. If you guys do see any bugs on the egg, they're gonna be like little teeny tiny pinprick bugs walking around in here. They're actually springtails, and those eat mold. So I put them in the egg boxes to help any mold or mildew that may appear. I've only had like 2 eggs this year that had it. Unfortunately 3, I guess, because 1 did pass, but the other 2 the springtails ate the mold off of, and they've been doing great. But yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. And then I'm not sure if I even said the pairing. Sorry guys, like I said, it's late. But this pairing is actually a Desert Ghost Bell-Line male that I've actually had some clutches from in the past, like my double het Desert Ghost Xanthic. And then that was bred to Aquatic Oaks Creatures and Creations Spider Pastel Cinnamon, so a spider pewter that is possible calico. So it'd be fun to get some calico stuff. I've had some people say she doesn't really look like it, but I guess we're gonna see here in just a second. You can go ahead and take a look here. There's a little bit of that vein right there. Oh, and there's his little head hiding down there now. May cut this just to be a little bit more, actually. Like I said, just a little bit harder on the ones that have pipped already. There we go. So much easier when they're all dehydrated because you can just pinch and cut just like Billy does at Mutation Creation. I love his method and it's worked for me time and time again. Just have to use that X-Acto knife whenever there's really full eggs like this, and that can be a little bit of a challenge. But alright, that right there looks like a pastel, really pretty pastel ball python in that egg. Nice little pastel. I'm not really seeing anything else right away. We got a little bit of granityness. Ooh, and I'm not liking that. It does look like we have some wrapping right here of veins. They're actually really tightly wrapped together, like spun. So you can tell that this baby, wow, this baby actually has been really messing around in here. I'm gonna try to get that so you guys can see it better. Let me see on the camera here. It's just too dark. But these veins are really tightly woven together, and I can get a photo of it up on the camera. Usually I try to show it live, but I think a photo will probably be better for you guys in more detail. But these veins, the only way I can think of them being like tightly interwound and wrapped like that is if this baby has just been moving around a ton. So that's really kind of concerning, basically just because I want to make sure that it's not getting the nutrients it needs. Obviously it's trying to escape right now. That might actually be why it's trying to escape the egg or hatch, is another way of doing that. Sorry, I bumped the camera there. Talk with my hands too much. Is because it needs to get out. It needs to get out now because those veins may be compromised. Yeah, that's good that it's alive. That's good that it's moving. That's good that it's trying to hide and stick its head out right now. It looks like a healthy pastel, nice quality pastel. Just it needs to get out because of that. I have not seen that before. This is not an umbilical. Jeez, those rats are going crazy in there. But this is not an umbilical issue. The umbilicus, that's not the umbilicus. These are veins at the top here. So very strange. Gonna get you guys a little either short video of this or a photo that I probably already put up for you guys. But yeah, that's weird, really weird. But yeah, just to pass it out, looks like we're gonna move on to the next one now and see what else we got. Alright, moving on to the next egg. This one I may actually be able, yeah, I can. The bottom of this actually was really deflated, but the top wasn't, so it tricked me until I reached in and grabbed it. So what I'm just doing here, I know I say this every video, so just in case someone new is watching, but I'm just pinching it along the top. This is basically bringing that membrane down that the babies are encased in. Yes, they're encased in an egg, but they also are encased in a protective membrane. And then what you can usually do is by kind of sliding and pinching really hard across, you can kind of push down those veins. And so you can usually keep too many veins from getting cut. And we're gonna see how this guy's doing in here. Hopefully no sort of repeat of what was going on last time, because that was very strange. Never seen, I've seen umbilicus wrapped around babies before, but I've never seen full-on veins wrapped around like that. Just really weird. Alright, so we got that piece of egg, chopping that off and throwing it away. Got a nice egg to be opened here then. Alrighty, let's see what we got. It's a very nice cinnamon. Not seeing anything else. This would be a cinnamon het desert ghost. Beautiful baby right there. Beautiful baby. And this one looks like everything is in proper order. Can't see the head of the animal, but can definitely tell that this baby is in a lot better shape than the other one as far as the egg. The other baby, seemed fine. The pastel did, but this one's egg is not does not have any wrapped veins or anything, is what I meant to say more plainly. But yeah, that's beautiful. Simple as that with that one. We're just gonna get this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous cinnamon in the egg box now until it hatches. Basically, guys, what I do is I put them in just basically like deli cups here on just a little bit of damp paper towels, and that's going to be until their first shed. So they come out in there, everything in there, it's perfect. So yep, just gonna do that and move on to the next one. Alright, moving on to this next one. This one's actually really full. Just a little bit of mold on the bottom of the egg here. So we're gonna have to start it with the knife. Alrighty, so what do we got here? It's a really funky but really nice looking cinnamon. Very funky but very nice. Wow, yeah. And it did have a lot of extra fluid in that egg. A lot. Gorgeous looking animal. 100% Het Desert Ghost. Just beautiful cinnamon. Look at that head. Such a chocolatey head, if you guys can see that. Can't wait for this one to come out. Moving on to the next egg. Alrighty, so this egg is going to push us over the halfway mark. A little bit of a rougher egg here. You can see there's a little bit of mildew spots on here. When these eggs were laid, these were actually the prettiest eggs I've ever gotten from a ball python. So it's just interesting to see how they've aged. They still, they feel very easy to tear right now, very paper-like, like they're supposed to. But overall, they're really still gorgeous and doing a really good job maintaining themselves. A little bit too much because they're still really full. But yeah, these were just the most beautiful eggs I ever had seen. Wowzers. If that's not a screamer right there. The heck? Okay, so something I probably should have said at the beginning of this video, but I don't have spider. The only spider animal I have in my collection is actually an animal I got in a whole entire collection from a buddy who couldn't keep their collection anymore. So I felt confident getting her, and I'm breeding her 1 year and then I'm done. So I don't really know a lot about spider. This obviously has spider, and the mom should just be at the most a spider pewter calico, possibly not calico. So this might be what mom is. This might be a spider pewter. I don't think calico. That thing is just so bright right now. I know a lot of spiders do come out of the egg really bright, and then they do kind of darken up as they age or as they have their first shed. So that might be what's going on here. But man, guys, look at that. Can you imagine this desert ghost? As a desert ghost, it may just keep this kind of color with a sort of creamy goodness for its entire life. I am so excited, guys. So excited for that. But yeah, this is just wow. Can you say enough good things about that? Wow. I'm going to take another close look at this real fast, but we're going to move on to the other one. I'm super stoked about this snake. Alrighty, we do have the second to last egg here. This guy is very firm, so can't do the scissor method, unfortunately. Gonna go in with the knife again. Alrighty, and there's that egg open. See if we can get this turned. And another pastel. Alright, no normals at least, but another pastel Het Desert Ghost. So that is, what is that, 2 pastel Het Desert Ghosts. Yep, 2 pastel Het Desert Ghosts and 1 Cinnamon Het Desert Ghost. And then of course what is either a Spider Pewter, I believe anyways, a Spider Pewter Het Desert Ghost, or a Spider Pewter Calico Het Desert Ghost. It does have more of the color with the calico, but I can't tell for certain, and I can't say that any of these snakes that we've cut otherwise have had calico. There was that one weird cinnamon, but not enough for me to say, oh yeah, there's calico in that. Definitely not anyways. So I'm gonna get this area cleaned up again, off to the last egg. And here is the last egg. This egg actually from the mom hatching, or from the mom laying them, actually has had some aspen stuck to the side. I never bothered to pick it off because I was curious to see if it was going to mold or not. So I kept a really close eye on this particular egg. As you can see, no indication of mold whatsoever. So interesting right there. Just a little tidbit for you guys who may be thinking the same thing. Funny we get a little bit of moldu on the other side, but that's not connected to the aspen in any form whatsoever. Alright, we got another nice baby right here. Gorgeous animal, wow. Definitely spider. Spider cinnamon maybe? Again, sorry, not the best with spider, but definitely spider. Absolutely beautiful baby. I might say spider cinnamon. Sorry, I'm trying to get my, there we go. It's a good thing the other person who's doing this clutch with me is an expert in spiders, so she'll know and they'll both know for certain. And then my next clutch that has spider, my only other clutch that I'll probably ever have that has spider in it, just because I just don't have any spiders right now, is an actual spider. Oh goodness, it's a Spider Pewter, so same thing as this mom, Spider Pewter, except it has Mojave. So Spider Pewter Mojave to the Desert Ghost as well. So hopefully a little bit different odds than we had here. But I mean, honestly, we didn't hit any normals, so that's really great. These are all going to make incredible babies. I mean, if you guys have been watching the Desert Ghost stuff, Desert Ghost Pewters are just beautiful. And I mean, from what we've seen here with this little guy, and then the other spider combo, Spider and Desert Ghost, I think were made for each other, just like Spider and Orange Dream were. Just so silky smooth, buttery goodness is what it looks like. But yeah, this is a gorgeous animal, loving sort of like the fractal pattern going on. You know I like that. I like my hurricanes, I like my Hayabusas, I like my weird pattern, and this is really weird. Beautiful baby, definitely gonna make somebody happy. Personally, I'm hoping to hold something back from the next clutch. I'm hoping to get a pewter Mojave without spider, and I've worked that into my Desert Ghost stuff. Again, all this stuff is Het Desert Ghost. That's just a given because the father is Desert Ghost, visual Desert Ghost. So that being said, most of the stuff, or anything that I get to keep, which will be 3 of the babies, I will be putting up for sale. I probably won't be keeping anything. And then I know that Aquatic Oaks Creatures and Creations may be letting some of the stuff go, although I think some of the stuff's really going to fit in well with some of their plans. They have some beautiful Desert Ghost options in the future, maybe some like spinner Desert Ghost combos, some really cool combos I don't want to say too much about, but yeah, very, very nice animal here. Absolutely gorgeous baby. Really hoping that these guys will be coming out soon. Really interested about that other one. Thank you guys though so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully the next couple of clutches that we have will be a little bit more deflated. We've just been kind of having the year of super inflated eggs, which is better than dehydrated, but I do like it when I'm able just to pinch across and cut. Before this year, all my clutches were perfect. I could easily cut them. This year, having to either make a little nick and then shove the scissors in like I showed you, or squeeze a bunch of the stuff out, or just kind of do it the way I've been doing it, where I feel comfortable for each egg. So yeah, that's always fun, but hey, it's the way that it is. Works out well for this clutch. Super stoked to see what else we get this year. Super stoked for you guys to see what's going to be coming out literally any second. I'm about to go run and check back in that incubator and see how those babies are doing, and if my baby that I want to come out has came out. Then we just gotta wait for one more, and I'm going to share it with you guys. But yeah, it's been an incredible year so far. Thank you guys for sticking with me on this journey. Also kind of sticking with the lighting. I'm liking a little bit more what I'm doing. I kind of changed midway through the video, so I apologize if the other babies weren't that good. I'll go ahead and do a quick video of all of them again here at the end, just so that you can maybe kind of see a better view of them. Other than that, guys, thank you again so much for your support. Check in the description below for any links to channels or availability that we may have in either channel. Yeah, we'll check you guys out in the next video. Thanks so much.